Hi, Democrats. Today is Monday, February 1st, 2021. And there's a lot of stuff going on today. Today is the first day of the Oklahoma legislative session. So our elected officials are there looking out for us. Thank you, Mary. They're looking out for us. And as Mary just pointed out, it's also my birthday. So I hope that, because I've been begging, I hope that you've been out there. Hi, Wayne. I hope you've been out there registering folks to vote. There's 7.5 hours left. Get out there and register some folks to vote in celebration of my birthday. Over the weekend, I got a little bit of criticism about my insistence on talking about registering to vote every day. My insistence of talking about absentee ballots every day. And so I felt like I needed to answer that. And so I am going to answer that. I'm going to keep talking about registering folks to vote. I'm going to keep talking about absentee ballots. And let me tell you why. I told you all last week that I get several calls a week, and it's more than one or two. I get several calls every week saying, you got to do what you can to get Stacey Abrams here. But what are you going to do to get Stacey Abrams here? We need her here to show us what she did. And I am working on it. But we know what she did. If we take the time and look at what she did, because she's laid it out. She registered folks to vote. She involved different coalitions of folks to register folks to vote. She honed a statewide message and stayed very focused on it and insisted that people who were running for office stayed focused on it. She paid attention to voters' rights laws and made sure that whenever they put up a law that limited access to the ballot, that she fought it, that she manned a real fight to fight it. And part of that was also freeing up the absentee ballot process and making sure that people understood it and could participate. And so when we say we want Stacey Abrams, and we do, I'm going to keep working on that. I mean, I don't know after she gets her Nobel Peace Prize if she's going to be gettable for us, but we do need somebody like that to give us the blueprint. But in the meantime, we need to be working. Oklahoma needs to be working. We need to do the things that we know that we need to do. Sitting around waxing poetically about Stacey Abrams is fine, but it doesn't actually get anything done. What get things done is registering people to vote, making sure people have free and fair access to the ballot box and that they're educated when they get there. That's what happens. That's what makes it work. And so to that end, I want to talk about a case study in Oklahoma Senate District 22. That is a special election to fill the seat vacated by our new congressperson, who I'm just going to not name. So we have this seat, and right now in Oklahoma, we have two qualified candidates running for that seat. We have Dylan Billings, which is a political science professor, and we have Molly Uten, who is a speech therapist. They are both very qualified candidates who want the job and who are willing to work for the job. And the folks in Senate District 22 will be lucky to get either one of them. And they're not sitting back waiting to be lucky to get either one of them. So we've been working with Oklahoma County, Canadian County, and the Edmond Democratic Women, because Senate District 22 kind of goes around Oklahoma City like that and covers those efforts, and working on registering voters, working on dropping literature and making sure that people get the word. And that's what we have to do. We have to break down barriers and say, oh, well, I'm Oklahoma County, I can't work with Canadian County. We can't say that. We have to work together to get Democrats elected. So I want to give a shout out to Robbie White from Oklahoma County, Jody Harlan from Canadian County, and Krista Jones from the Edmond Democratic Women for working together, really working that race. So tomorrow is the last day to request an absentee ballot to participate in that election. If you haven't already requested yours, or if you just got yours, I'm begging that you drop it off at your county election board versus putting it in the mail. We want to make sure that it gets there and that it counts. So tomorrow is the last day to request your absentee ballot. But Friday is the first day for early voting for that race, because the election is next Tuesday, February the 9th. That is the primary election. And after the primary election, if you haven't stepped up to help that race, that's okay. You still have time. You still have time. So if you're not helping a candidate in that race right now by putting out yard signs, doing postcards, making phone calls, sending texts, it's not too late. But it's definitely not too late, even after February 9th, because the 9th is just the primary. And then we'll have our candidate, and everybody will need to band together and help the prevailing candidate to win that seat. We need a Democrat in that seat. So thank you, Oklahoma County, Canadian County, Edmond Democratic Women, and all the other volunteers who have jumped in and helped in that race. We have Dylan Billings and Molly Uten, both very qualified candidates. Please get out there and help them. Senate District 22 will be lucky to have either one of them. So it's my birthday. So I've been on the phone all day trying to get some stuff done and taking some birthday calls. So I did not get a chance to listen to the State of the State. I recorded it and thank you. And I've been trying to watch it and the phone keeps running. And so I don't have anything to say about the State of the State. Maybe tomorrow after I had time to look at it, fact check it, because we know it's going to need some fact checking. So we need to fact check it, and then we'll have a response. And but I won't get ahead of our legislators. I do want our legislators, because they're the ones who were elected to represent all of Oklahoma, to have their say before the party has their say. So when I talk about legislators, I want to put it out into the ether that a group of state house representatives will be making a presentation about their legislative priorities and some of the bills that they're interested in and would like your help in following and tracking and calling your legislators. So reach out to your county officers and ask them for the link, because I'm not going to say it here. Ask them for the Zoom link so you can join us tomorrow, Tuesday the 2nd at 6 o'clock. It should be really interesting, because it's not going to be me distilling it. It's going to be actual legislators who've written the bills and who have, and they can tell us if they think it has a chance of passing or if they're going to need help, because that's what we have to do, considering that Oklahoma Democrats are in a super minority. We've got to figure out all the ways that we can help our legislators help us, right? We've got to make sure that all the legislators hear about the things that are important to us, and so that they can't get on the floor and say, I didn't know it was a problem. I didn't know that people cared about this. We need to make sure that they know. And so there are going to be a lot of, between now and May 31st, there are going to be a lot of calls to action. So please be aware of that. And please, if you can, make the phone calls. No phone calls today, though. Today is day one. And they're already a little bit stressed out because legislators do not have to wear masks, which means that there will be some that aren't masked. So if you're a praying person, or if you believe in juju of any kind, please send goodwill to our legislators, because they're going to be cooped up at the Capitol with people who aren't wearing masks. Now, most of them had their first vaccine, but that's not enough. We need them to be protected so they can take care of us. So I want to remind you guys of some dates. Thank you. I want to remind you guys of some dates. So tomorrow, February 2nd, is the last day to request your absentee ballot if you have an election on February 9th. Tomorrow is the last day to request your absentee ballot. If you get it today, tomorrow, the next day, please hand deliver to the election board so that we know that it gets there. Friday is the first day for early voting for that election. Early voting occurs at your county election board. So if you want to participate, it's Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I apologize. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday are the election day, early in-person voting for that election. And then next Tuesday, February 9th, is that election. So make sure you get those days. If you have a job where your boss keeps your hours, please give them notice that you plan to go vote. Please give them notice that you plan to go vote so that you don't have any problems and you get to keep your job. Everybody needs to keep their gig who wants to. Also, today's February 1st. In some counties, it is filing time. Like over here in my neck of the woods, Broken Arrow has a school board election that's coming up. Filing is today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. So if you're planning to run for office, or you know somebody who needs to be planning to run for office, make sure you get with them, help them fill out the paperwork, donate their filing fee, and get them where they're at a point where they can run for office. And then once they put their name on the ballot, please, please, please support them. Everybody have a great day. It's February 1st. It's the first Monday of February. It's the first day of Black History Month. It's the first day of the legislative session, and it's my birthday. Have a great one. See you tomorrow.